This is my last remaining base, and prior to this, my expansion base also went up in flames. All that remains is what's left of my army after that battle. Can I even recover from this point? Did all that effort to win the match go down the drain? How did I even reach this point of losing all my bases in the first place? And for that, we are going to start off to the point where we have our build ready to go, and this is going to be the current matchup that you see right here. We have 2 Covenants on our side, 2 Covenants on the enemy side, and 1 UNSC apart. And we already started off making quite the mistake. We gave our teammate some power by accident. So that's going to put us a little bit behind on grabbing that expansion base or getting the grenade upgrade. A bunch of different options. So that's probably where things started to go a little bit rough at the very beginning of this game so far. But for now, our build order is simple. We have 4 supply pads, 1 generator. That generator is upgraded. We're going to be continuously producing some Marines. And these Marines are going to try and go after these nodes as much as possible so we can try and regain the power that we are losing for just having 1 gen. We do have ourselves some Lotus Mines that we will be able to place in order to block off the enemy from getting to that node position that we want to go ahead and take. And if they're not going ahead and attacking right now, we'll be able to later. And it does look like once again I have sent power to my teammate because I have the gen hot grouped on my D-pad, and because of that I have been sending some power very generously to my teammates. Maybe it's intentional to get them to Tech 2 faster, maybe it's by accident. We won't really know now, but there is going to be an opportunity here to attack mid with red coming in with their grunts, my Marines coming in as well on the right hand side. But dark blue has shown up and we're going to try and bait those grunts over to the Lotus Mines, and they just took 2 big hits on those Lotus Mine, and we were also able to clear out what is happening here in mid. But countermeasures is available by the enemy Atriox. This does mean that it's going to take a little bit more time to capture those nodes, but we will hopefully be able to capture those if we're able to hold that position long enough. But speaking of which, dark blue is still continuously trying to pressure that right hand node and did take additional damage from the fact that they hit the other mine that was right there. And they are showing some elite rangers, so that means they do have at least a raid camp going on, which means barracks will be important to try and counter this off. We're going to see if we can try and go ahead and stop this node from being captured. We got more mines we are willing to place right in front to try and capture this node right back, and it does look like we just stopped the capture from happening, which is nice. There's that barracks I was talking about, and we are actually going to end up going double barracks. So things are looking pretty interesting here. Double barracks means we're going to probably produce a lot of Hellbringers and a lot of snipers, and that Spartan just swallowed those 2 mines. But it looks like they're going to be just fine because they have the shield, so they're stopping me from capturing that node, which is a little bit unfortunate. And it does look like there is an opportunity to attack the expansion base by dark blue, but dark blue does have units available to them. So for now, we're going to keep on producing some Marines. We're going to start making some snipers, but we have to be careful not to make too many. We want to try and get the Tech 2 right away. The question is, are we going to go ahead and prioritize that? Yes, we do, which is very nice to see. So we're working towards Tech 2 now. We're getting ourselves a second base, but the enemy is expanding quite nicely as well. And if you look at our teammate Red over here, Red actually ends up getting the expansion base that light blue is supposed to get. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays off in that area once we're able to get some vision on there with the camera. But for now, we're working towards Tech 2. Things are looking relatively good so far. Getting our economy upgraded by upgrading those lovely supply pads. And now with the extra supply that we have going on, we're going to build an air pad to get some heals. And in fact, we're going double air pad. So very interesting. We got double barracks, underbrand, and a cleansing beam actually went down on the enemy over here because there was actually a huge attack happening on Red's base between light green and dark blue. Because of this, I see an opportunity to go ahead and try and attack dark blue's expansion base, and we're going to try and focus it down. This is where, if we unfortunately did not give as much power as we did early on, we actually would be able to get those grenade abilities to try and take out that base as fast as possible. And we do know that dark blue is on Tech 2 now because there is a foundry up as well. It does look like a plasma bolt does come down. and the Spartan is showing up, and this is going to be a little bit problematic. We don't want our snipers to get taken care of, and a Spartan Slam does come down, but we are okay. But mines come down as well, so we're going to start retreating near the mines. And it does look like we have an ODST drop ready to come down. Hunter Colony is here as well. ODST drop comes down. We got sniper reinforcements coming in as well, and it looks like we're going to be able to take out the enemy hero. But a Mac comes down and gets rid of a lot of the infantry. But with what we have enough to go ahead and take out Dark Blue's base, which is going to be very nice. Atriox has shown up. There are some Reavers being made, which will be a little bit problematic. We are making a lot of snipers, and it does look like the Hunter Colony is going to go after the shield gen. But since Dark Blue ended up self-destructing their building structures associated with that building, it does look like they expect to lose that base. So we were able to get ourselves a pretty decent victory on this side. The Grunts are going to try and push, and they all just get taken care of by that Lotus Mine, which is very lovely to see. So things are looking good for us. We're all getting second expansion bases. My second expansion base will be upgrading, and now it's just going to be about trying to deny Dark Blue that second base and see if we can find an opportunity here to try and attack mid or on the opposite side. The Hunter Colony is running with a little bit of problem over here, but we got some sniper reinforcements now, and with Hunter Colony there and our snipers, we can go ahead and chase down this Atriox if possible to try and take the Atriox out. But the snipers are focused on the Grunts right now. A little bit unfortunate, but it does look like we were and are able to get rid of the Atriox. Spartan Slam does come down by green. There are some mines as well that we have to be careful of. We are trying to fall back very slowly. Hunter Colony is back. The Spartan did swallow some mines and swallowed additional mines as well. So maybe there is an opportunity to go ahead and take out the hero. Vortex Lightning comes down, and we just took out the hero once again by green. So this gives us an excellent opportunity to work on the economy, get that additional gen, get that supply pad going, and now we're just going to continue to try and keep this tempo going for us. There are a lot of Reavers as well, which Light Blue is making to try and counteract what our Decimus is going. But all in all, we are in a pretty good position here as a whole. We have plenty of snipers. We don't have our Marines upgraded, if I'm not mistaken, nor do we have our infantry upgraded. So we're a little bit behind on the tech in that regards. Finally recognize that Grenade is getting upgraded. And now we're going to see if we can go ahead and counter and attack the left hand side. Not really counter, but just get a push in general. So as we send our units through the teleporter, we're going to see if some of our army ends up shifting over. The enemy has been doing an excellent job taking control of the nodes. They have 4 out of the 5 nodes, which is a little bit unfortunate. But for now, we're going to see if we can gather a big enough army to go ahead and fight this. There is a little bit of a threatening posture by Light Blue on that power node. And it's not like I really have much of an army that can go ahead and fight this situation either. So for now, we're going to focus on the nodes. We're going to get some defenses up with some turrets, continue to produce some infantry, and see where we can go from there. We're finally going to get that infantry upgrade as well, and keep building our army up to see if we can have an opportunity. And they tried to get sneaky. They tried to place some mines here at mid when I wasn't looking, so they can get rid of that infantry. But luckily, I was able to keep them alive for about a half second when I ended up dying anyway. So it is what it is. And finally, our hero is going to be coming out as well. So we're at least reclaiming the bottom left node. Hunter Colony is going to start moving up. The reason why we have all these snipers over here is to deal with the Atriox if the Atriox does show up. We do have some mines as well to use if need be. And here we go. We're going to start with this push. We're going to try and get our snipers on the high ground. We have Nightingales to heal the colony. We have mines for fallback position. And now we're going to see what type of damage that we can go ahead and do on our side. Nightingale production is continuing, and we will finally get the combat tech marines that we have been looking for. And here comes a bunch of Reavers on this side, getting rid of all the engineers that Red has. And now we're going to bring in our snipers. Underbrand comes in and it just destroys a whole bunch of Reavers. The snipers are now here to deal with the Atriox. The question is Atriox going to try and fight this? No, Atriox is not running away. That's very surprising. Why move by colony? keeps him in there, and that's it. He's been taken out. Now all we have to do is focus that down. But all of a sudden, my main base is being under attack by both light green and dark blue. So we are going to be able to get rid of the expansion base by light blue. But unfortunately, I just lost my main base entirely, which is very unfortunate. And green does look like they're going the lovely vulture game. We're only 11 minutes in, and it's only natural for someone to end up going vultures so early on in this game. So I already lost my main base at the very beginning of this game. I can't say beginning, but Great Vortex Lightning, they're going to start focusing down on the Decimus base. The question is, can that base be saved? And now I'm stuck in this weird economy game where I'm making another gen. I was about to say, I need a supply pad. We got rid of the expansion base. I want to see if I can hit light blue, but Decimus also lost his main base as well. So right now these Elite Rangers are just cruising on through, just doing a whole bunch of damage. And these vultures are definitely being a big thorn on our teammate's side. Red Colony just being eliminated by these vultures. He's still alive for now, and I do have close air support, but not like I'm going to be able to use it. I don't have much supply. I need to grab my second base again if possible, but for now, at least the Desi Air will continue to clear that out slowly but surely. But we're not in a very good position at all right now. We both lost 2 of our main bases. And there's still at least the benefit of the fact that we were able to knock out 2 bases as well. The problem is light green is going vultures, and it's not like we're going to have an answer to that anytime soon. On top of that, they do have a lot of the nodes too. So let's see if they have a second base. They do not. We'll work on the node game. We do have ourselves a max pop army, which will be nice to see, but the question is, can we utilize it whatsoever? Right now, our army is good enough to fight infantry mainly, and a little bit of air, but if vultures do come up, it's not something we're going to easily be able to deal with. Speaking of which, looking at the mini-map, light blue has shown up with the scarab, so we're going to drop in some Lotus Mines to try and protect our flank for our main base. It does look like the Hunter Colony will be able to escape, which is nice, but looking at what's here, we have a scare by the enemy team, someone going mass vultures, and those Elite Rangers that came running by did a lot of damage. And it was kind of funny seeing that scarab over there being like fought with the colony over here. And so we actually have an army that we can try and fight this with. If we smoke screens correctly, we could actually, you know, push them back and whatnot. But now there's more vultures showing up. Y move is coming in, so we're going to go ahead and start retreating because of the fact that it's just not a fight that we can honestly take. So since we've fallen back, let's just go ahead and see if we have an opportunity here to... Oh, are we going back in the teleporter? Okay, we're going back in the teleporter, which is very surprising. We don't have much army in there. We have some. Oh yeah, we are going to throw everyone back in there. But looking at the mini-map, dark blue is coming right back, so we need to start falling back to our base. Our second base is under attack right now, and here it is. They have a clean shot to the base, a lot of Elite Rangers. We're going to start working on our main base and get the economy going there, because we are going to end up losing this expansion base sooner rather than later. We're trying to self-destruct to salvage some resources, but the base ends up getting destroyed so fast. The air has shown up by Desi, which will be very nice. So now we just need to be able to find a way to just hold this through. So we want to place some mines, and it looks like they're coming after the last main base. So we already lost our expansion base. We've lost our main base once, and it looks like we're on pace to lose our main base again. Great dodge of the cleansing beam by the Decimus, and there we go. We have lost everything so far. Mac is coming down. We took some huge damage, but we're still at max pop, which is nice. But now we have 54 seconds to try and grab a second base. Meanwhile, light green is trying to pressure orange's second base. Actually, it was holograms, so never mind. They got me there. They got me. So we finally paused the base timer. We have 43 seconds to try and establish a second base, while our Decimus is still trying to recover their main base as well. So I'm going to try and grab both bases. I have no supplies, but I do have a pop of 75. So things could be so much better for us. And speaking of things could be so much better for us, there is a scarab on our side of the map as well. I pinged to let my teammates know I need to choose to either fight this or fall back, but I need to keep this expansion base alive because if it goes away, all I have is my main base. But the pause timer is still there because the main base is being built, which is nice to see. So Cyclops drops will come in for the stun. We got Spartan Slam coming in, and now we need to get some smokes. I'm surprised. There we go. The grenade ability comes in, which is nice. So we cleaned up everything over here from light blue, but now there's this huge push. You got a bunch of vultures and you got a condor coming in. And speaking of which, I apparently have 3 items on my wish list for sale. And I'm still on this pause timer for 43 seconds. Colony has shown up. The Y move is going to help with the debuffs, and a little bit of Reavers are there for the action. While some reinforcements of the Banshees are coming in, we're going to try and take care of these vultures little by little. The expansion base, the little guy that could, he's coming right back, and we have ourselves a max pop. We're going to try and go ahead and go in for this counter push on the right hand side to get revenge for taking out 2 of my bases. And there is an Arbiter in the garrison. You don't really see that too often, but we're going to keep on pushing. We don't have Sanction Snipers, but we will have a drop now that we can use as well, and that's a bunch of Suicide Grunts. We're trying to pre-split to see if we can get ready, but now they also have Conduit of Rage, and a bunch of Marines got taken out. I was at full 80 pop, now I'm at 56, but we are still holding just a little bit. We were able to get rid of the Scarab, which is nice, but now all of a sudden the shield gen has gone back up and it's not looking good. But we do have some momentum coming in from mid between our colony and our Decimus. So while I continue to work on the supply game, I'm going to stay pressuring on this side with the little bit that I can. We don't know where the hero's at. The hero's in the Reaver, so we need to find a way to just take out this Arbiter, but all of a sudden the Scarab is coming in for the flank. So we need to start moving away in order to not lose what's left of our army, because we're only at 43 pop left. But the green second base has been taken care of, so things are starting to get into more advantageous position for us while we continue to run from our life from the Scarab. The colony is going to try and push light green. Meanwhile, that Scarab is going to be chilling around dark blue's base. We have a bunch of mines if need be. We have Cyclops drops. I'm asking for some resources, and the Desi Air is here again to keep those vultures in check while the colony tries to block out the Reavers, and things are looking very good. I'm going to take the teleporter and try and get my revenge on dark blue once again with the little army that we have, and it does look like there's a cloaking gen set up on that side, which will be a little bit problematic. But with dark green or light green being taken care of, things are looking a little bit better for us, because once we take him out, it's pretty much going to be a 3 versus 2, even though technically it's practically a 2 versus 2, but I kept my army alive. So we're still working on that economy. We got a bunch of supply. We can use close air support, but here comes a level 2 cleansing beam that's coming down. We tried to get as much split as possible. We're going to call in the close air support. We have our Reaver to go ahead and help us out, and now we just got to try to do as much damage as possible, bring in as much units as possible. Expansion base has been eliminated, the Scarab has been eliminated, and light green has left the game. Dark blue's base is going to be in shambles, and it does look like things are starting to wrap around to its conclusion. So I lost my main base twice. I lost my expansion base. I had 46 seconds to try and find a base, and we were fortunately able to come back into this. I think they focused way too hard on killing bases, which was actually good. I think actually they never transitioned well. I think after they did some great economic damage, they just never really utilized the advantage that they had there. So we ended up getting the victory here from quite the dirty situation we ended up being in. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and check out the stats. Shout out to Gingerbread Man with the most units destroyed. I did use the most leader powers as well as the other enemy as well. And all in all, my economy was in shambles from losing those bases. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, that is awesome. I'll catch you all in the next video. Until next time. Oh yeah, enjoy your rest of your day, evening, afternoon, hour.